Okay, so welcome back to UFOs Above Us. All right, today we're going to just look at one of the pictures that I've taken, and with the new gear that I've been accumulating here recently, I'm just going to kind of show you what level of detail we can get now. So in this initial picture here, we're looking at a crater, and as you can already see just in this standard picture here, we're getting a lot more resolution. We've got the ability to zoom in much more than I have in the past. So as we zoom in, I'm going to show you, we're going to focus on basically one area of the picture. I mean, it's all interesting. So if you look at the whole rim of the crater, there's a lot going on this thing. A lot more than meets the eye. But we're going to focus in this central area right here. And this area right up here is really going to be the key thing. So this will be a short video. We won't take a lot of time going over this, but we will zoom in and just show you what level of just the amount of resolution that we can draw out of these images now. So then as you zoom it to about right here, you can see a number of artifacts that look very unusual. Here's an interesting one right here. Look at that horseshoe-shaped object right there. And then you can see a lot of interesting things here that appear to be towers of some sort. And I'm not sure what that right there is. As we zoom in, we might see that a little better. This is the initial object that caught my attention. And it's very interesting, but it's not going to be the most interesting thing. Here, if you look at this, you know, what NASA would tell us is a crater, there's a lot of interesting things to see there. So let's zoom on in a little more. And let's just take a look at that. And as you can see, as we blow this up, I mean, it gives you this really good definition, really good resolution. It's a very sharp image. So you can see some very unusual characteristics right there, can't you? It's not just a traditional impact crater rim with a lot of regolith and debris, you know, rock on it. There's something very strange going on there. So maybe we need to grind in a little closer and take a look at that. Okay, and so here's where it'll start getting pixelated. But look at that right there. Isn't that fascinating? Almost looks like some kind of pillars supporting an elevated structure right there. So is that the rim of a crater? You know, you see these wide white areas all over the moon around impact craters, or what we're told are impact craters. And looking at that, it looks much more like some kind of a giant roadway to me. I mean, it's an elevated, you know, pathway, roadway, some kind of a flat, arcing, elevated structure. Looks very much like what we would see in a highway, where you have an interpass and you see a lot of elevated roadways. That's what it reminds me of. You take a look and see what you think, but that is what I see. And then looking down here, you can see a lot of structure here that's very unusual. That one really is interesting to me because you've got a circular base. You've got some kind of a very wide column standing up there and then jutting out to the side like that. So it makes you wonder, what is that? And then you see all kind of supporting structure right here in the similar, what you know would be called a impact crater rim. Why is that above the ground? And you can see here clearly these columns all over the place right here. If you look carefully, you can see them all over. So what is that? What's really going on there? And although those are interesting, and if you look down here, there's more of them, and we just won't take the time to look at everything around the rim of this biggest crater. But I want you to look right here, and it probably won't take you long at all to realize what you're seeing right here. So look at this area right here, and I want you to just tell me in the comments what you see in that area, because I think it's, honestly, I think it's crystal clear. We're looking at a city right there. That's not rocks. These are buildings. And it's not just buildings, but you can even see the tunnels connecting the buildings. These are a number of structures, number of buildings connected by a series of tunnels. It's what it is. I mean, it doesn't take much imagination to see it here. You can see all different shapes. Here's a nice rectangular flat-topped one, and then there's something kind of coming off the edge of that. You can see openings. Here's one that's got an angled roof, kind of like what you would see here, you know, across America. We have buildings like this all over the place. And it even has a rectangular opening right there with a door. And then you can see all kinds of things. This is interesting because it kind of looks like some kind of a radio tower, but it's got two antennas or something coming off the end there. And if you think this is as far as it'll go, I mean, I can keep going. Look at the level of detail I can get. There's the max that I'm able to get. And just look at the level of detail in this. This right here is a city. And what's kind of mind-blowing about it is that city is on the surface of the moon. And over here on the right, it's really fascinating to me. Look at that. That looks to my eye, this looks like a pyramid right here with a arcing entrance coming off of this side right here. So there's a half circle entrance going into this big pyramid structure right here. Do you see the sections of this pyramid? There's one side, here's a side. The other two are hidden from our view at this angle, but that's a big pyramid right there with a entrance coming in the side of it here. So, this is Matt with UFOs Above Us, and I just want to leave you with this image. And I want you to ask yourself one question. Why are we still being told that the moon is a cold, dead rock when this should put all of those arguments to rest? So I'd encourage you to share this information with your friends. Anyone who says they don't believe there's things on the moon, maybe just show them this image right here. I mean, even when you zoom it out, you can see there's something there. But now with this new gear I have, there's really no limit to what I'm going to be able to see in the future with this. So for UFOs Above Us, this is Matt reminding everyone, keep watching the skies, report your results, and the answers we're looking for really are up there.